Hi, welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm Nene, I'm a fiber artist, and very recently I went to Japan and I kept a junk journal. If you don't know, junk journaling is a type of journaling when you have a journal and you put junk inside it. So junk can be anything. It can be a flyer you found on the ground, it can be a ticket to a museum, it can also be packaging from something you bought, it can be a business card from an artist, it can be literally everything. I love to call it junk, even though, well, it's not junk to me and other junk journalers around the world. Because we see that treasured memories and ephemeras and just stuff that holds dear and lovely memories to them. In here I have a Polaroid that I found on the ground during my strolling around. I think it was Kichijoji, I believe. I don't know, but I found it on the ground and I was like, that's my junk. So yeah, this was 15-ish days in Japan, and I'm gonna flip through it and show it all to you. Let's go. This is the cover and the back of the journal. I leave it blank when I travel, and I try my best to put all the stuff from the journey already on the cover. So this is all sticker that I found at cafes and shops and things like that. This was a flyer that I wrapped all around the journal. Let's dive in. By the way, I've uploaded some high-quality scans on my Patreon. I started the first page with the tickets from the flight, and I drew this while on the airport, and this was our first night, so the hotel we were in and some memorabilia from the flight. Then we started our trip in Hokkaido, so actually this is from there. We have some from the Nature Center and from the Shiretoko National Park. This is a path we walked twice. This is again from the Shiretoko World Heritage Conservation Center and from the park. So I got some souvenir there. Like, how lovely is the Shiretoko mascot? It's like this lovely bear. Super cute. This was a guide to bird watching, and this was the map. And I started buying washes. These are all by local artists, and these ones are extremely long and lovely. This is again from the area, a restaurant we visited. This is some soba I bought and cooked. I had some trouble at the beginning of the journey because I didn't brought any kind of scissors with me, and I thought I was gonna buy them like at the start of my journey, but I couldn't find scissors. And so all this stuff is either ripped with my fingers or with my teeth. Like, can you see the brutality? But yeah, that was fun. These are some tickets from museums. No, wait, no tickets, receipts, yeah. And like, I took this from a beer that my partner drank, and I love the colors and the design. So even peeling off stuff from bottles, gorgeous. These origamis were gifted to us from the lovely people at the rent-a-car. This is from, we went to Akan, which is a city quite famous for their red cranes, this kind of crane, and we saw lots of them. And I just love that Japan has these stamps. So I have a specific stamp book at the end of the journal, but these ones had a leaf of paper beside them, so I took them twice. A lovely brand of chips, and these ones are made with vegetables inside. Super nice. We reached the Sapporo and I went yarn crawling there. So this is from one of the places I visited. These are some of the others. This is where I ate lunch and a very, very lovely miso ramen. And the next day we went to a concert and we saw Takanaka. Incredibly lovely concert. I just adore their music and I had so much fun. And yes, they did a song with the incredibly funny surfboard guitar standing all around. And my journal broke because yeah, it has become quite thick in the process of making it, but it did not break while I was making it. It broke when I finished it, but I can still use it. I'm just gonna put some tape here after this video. This is some shopping in Sapporo, and again some of the shops I visited and some of the washes I got. And then we arrived in Kyoto and I had a little bit more fun there too. And I love when a specific place has like a different kind of packaging so I can rip it all apart. Where we ate lunch in Kyoto and we visited this temple, and this is the ticket they give you when you visit the temple. Let me tell you, Japan is the place for junk journaling because you'll find lovely stuff everywhere and everything it has a little bit of tape or a label or a sticker. Lovely. This is our train ticket from Kyoto to Tokyo. Some more places we ate to, and this was a stamp rally. I have never done one. This was in like a department store. I found it by chance, and I don't even like Sesame Street, but I just had fun, and so we visited all the floors to get all the different colors of the stamp. Super, super nice. And then we reached Tokyo, and this was where I did most of my shopping. So most of them are from receipts. And I visited a tea shop. So from here on, I also started adding the tea bags to the journal. Super lovely, and all of them have these unique illustrations made by the owner of the tea shop, and it's woof, incredible. Some more shopping. I bought my very first blind box, and I found the one I wanted less, but they are all very, very cute. So this is a page I added. So this is not a page from the journal, but I made a page out of the blind box. And this is the bag from the tea shop that it's 2-layer actually, but yeah, this is a page that wasn't there before. Some more shopping. This is where I went to make a yarn crawl in Tokyo, so I visited different shops. Some more tea. When I visited MT Lab, and again, tea. These are from Kohana, which is a shop for embroidery and fiber arts supplies. I had this on my must-visit list, so I'm very, very happy I got the chance to visit it. Shopping. Shopping and eating. This was another stamp rally in a stationery store I visited, and this allowed you to get 5% off your purchases. So of course I did it. This is Nippori Fabric Town map. I mean, the neighborhood and specific map for their shop. Japan is the best for junk journaling. I don't know if you have like specific questions for how I make my pages. Like this one was a department store bag that I used as a background, and then I put on it some business cards and some receipts. And here is the page where my glue stick finished. I brought it from Italy and it finished while I was attaching this. So this, yeah, I will have to fix this sooner or later, but yeah. And I had a scissor at this point, so I actually cut this with a scissor, and you can see it's made a little bit better than the first pages. But all of this, so it's glued with prayers and thought. And so I have some washi tape used in here and the very end of my glue stick. This is the Polaroid I was talking about in the intro. So I found this on the floor, and it's also a holographic Polaroid, super, super cool. And it was clearly taken by mistake. And I don't even know if they noticed that they took it. I think it fell off the Polaroid that maybe shot the photo by mistake. But such a cool find. And the last page is about Ghibli Museum in Mitaka, so I have some things from there. And this is the end, actually, but I still have some junk from the trip, and I'm thinking of making like a collage frame to make like a Japanese-inspired Japan trip art piece in my house. So I kept some more of the stuff that you've seen used. These were other sides of the bag and other maps and stuff like that. So I can use them for more journaling and more junk journaling. This was the second ticket from the temple. And yeah, this was it. It's not that complicated. It's just going with the flow and finding a pleasing way to put stuff and memories in it. And I just think I love it. It relaxes me so much to make a junk journal, and now flipping back through it, it holds many dear memories and lots of colors. And yeah, it's very, very chunky, but I did manage to finish this during the journey. So very, very lucky that all the pages lasted me throughout the journey. I hope you enjoyed seeing my junk journal. I think junk journaling is just the best. It's a way to keep memories precious, and also it releases stress. So if you're looking for a sign to start your own junk journal journey, this is it. Do it. And doing it on a trip, I think it's even more meaningful and more wholesome, because it's gonna be an everlasting memory of your trip. It's amazing. If you want, I have lots of other videos on my channel where I talk about fiber art, journaling, many different ways of journaling. I also have lots of other videos from Japan, so if you're interested in that, please go and have a watch. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!